All right, guys, here we go. We got another podcast ready for you, the Hawk-Smolen podcast. We come at you every Thursday night. Little delay tonight. I do apologize on that. But we do have a special guest in the building tonight. We got Coy. Coy in here going to take over for Smolden here tonight. Smolden had some issues he had to take care of. So, Coy, happy to have you here, man. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you coming up here and doing the podcast with us tonight. Always a pleasure to have you. I know you know your dirt, so now you're going to learn a little bit about the asphalt. You ready to do this?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. We're going to start tonight off. We were at Langley Speedway. That was on Monday night, and man, it was an awesome race we had there. William Van Meter ended up taking the win there. Joshua Divers in the 2 spot, and Rafe rounds out your top 3 there. Some spots that I see that could have done better. I look at guys down here at Chris Jones finishing 8th, Smolden in the 9 spot. Those guys are known to be up to the front here. And another big one that stands out to me is Anthony Monroe. Monroe back there, qualified 10th, finished 13th, 2 laps down. Something you normally don't see from Monroe there in that feature. We did have heat races. Cole Howard took heat number 1. Smolden finished 2 in the heat. Andrew finished 3. So great job to all those drivers in that first heat. As we go over to heat number 2, where it was Chris Jones, Jamie Kephart, and Rafe in your top 3 in that one. Also, Derek Sellers back there in the 5 of that one. So unfamiliar territory for him to see him in the 5 spot there. And like I said, we got into the race, and that was won by Billy Van Meter. It was Chaos Motorsports 1 and 2. They dominated the asphalt street stocks there. And boy, I know you're not too familiar with the asphalt, but a 16.711, that's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome out there. Yeah, he's flying out there as we see some of these incident points here. And the one that stands out to me here is, well, we got to call him out, Justin Smolden, 12 incident points here. Led the group around everybody here. So he did end up with 12. And William Van Meter, your race winner, had 0. There was a couple of guys with 0. Jamie Kephart was 0, and Cole Howard also with 0. So congratulations to those guys. And hey, Cole, have you ever thought about doing asphalt, Cole?
I thought about it, but I've kind of been sticking to dirt.
Yeah, you're more the dirt guy, eh? You like the dirt. Okay, hey, nothing wrong with that. So perfect. As we finished up that, and then we went over to the 203 Truck Series. Awesome race that we had at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Also, these guys put on a dandy of a race for us here. We went out and qualified the trucks like we always do, and your number 1 qualifier, Derek Sellers for Chaos Motorsports, putting down a burner 30.483 out there. Qualified number 1. Smolden qualified 2nd. Jamie Kephart, your top 3 qualifiers out there. So great run for those guys as we got into the race, and it was awesome. Derek Sellers was able to capture that win in the Truck Series. A little note there about Derek Sellers winning that Truck Series. Derek Sellers, the only driver in the Truck Series to win multiple times this year in that division. So big ups to Derek Sellers and the team over at Chaos Motorsports for being able to accomplish that. He had Billy Van Meter right behind him in the 2 spot. Jamie Kephart round out your top 3 at Charlotte there. And some notable guys for me. Once again, I look down the list and I see it again. Justin Smolden back there, qualified 2nd, finished 14, 10 laps down. Definitely a lot better driver than that. He's been dealing with some issues, so hopefully he'll be able to get his racing program turned around over there. And once again, Monroe, Anthony Monroe, 17th, qualified 10th, 34 laps down. A lot of guys laps down here, Coy. Pretty crazy, eh?
Yeah, we also got to talk about Big Nasty there. He led most of that, or a lot of that race, and he was trying to stick it out until he ran out of gas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Big Nasty. Yes, he absolutely did. Big Nasty was out there, man, and he was leading the laps. Big Nasty put in 14 of them early and just fell short as running out of fuel. So good notable there from Coy coming in hot there with the Big Nasty running out of gas. Tough break for him. Man, and, it's nice to see Big Nasty out there, Coy, because, he's a dirt guy. So to see any dirt guys that are really just dirt on the asphalt, it's pretty cool to see. And also, that's your teammate. Coy, that's your teammate, right? So it's always good to have him out there with you. So great work as always. And once again, we look at these incident points here, and we see ourselves here with Rafe at 12. And some notable guys with 0. We had Derek Sellers, who won the race with 0. Brandon Parks with 0. and John Wayne also was 0. So big shout out to those guys. Congratulations. And quick time here did not go to your race winner. Quick time of the race actually went to Billy Van Meter, 30.498. So dominating performance out there for once again from Chaos Motorsports and all the guys over there at that camp. So great job, Derek Sellers winning the trucks at Charlotte. And then we head over to your bread and butter, the 360s, or should I say the dirt side of things. All the dirt this week got moved, and we went to I-55. And Coy, what's your thoughts of the track before we break down the races? I-55, give it to me. Do we have you, Coy? Are you still here, my man? I think we may have lost Coy there. Coy, you got a copy? Coy?
Can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, you're good, my man. So we're getting ready to get into the dirt right now, and we were just seeing what's your thoughts on I-55? I think we lost him again. So tough break for Coy. Coy, can you hear us? No, I think we lost him. Tough one for Coy there as we're losing Coy. Does not seem like he's gonna make it. Not sure. Not sure exactly what happened. Coy, do you got a copy? No. Coy is no longer here. So unfortunate for Cole, but yes, we did I-55, and it was a great race out there, man. We had an awesome time at I-55, and we started out with the 360s, and man, these guys put on a show out there with the 360s, and they were hot ones. So Valentine ended up taking the win there in the 360s. So great job to all those guys over there putting in that awesome work. As always, Jamie Kephart in the 2, Coy round out your top 3. So great work for them also out there. Trying to see what exactly happening here. We have some issues here. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Sorry about this, boys. We had some issues here with the connection. Not 100% sure what's going on. You got a copy?
I can hear you now.
All right, there we go. We got Coy back here. Coy, we were talking about I-55. How did you like it this week, the new track?
It was different. Of course, it's a new track. Kind of a track where anybody can win. Nobody knows how the track raced. Nobody knew what groove you had to be in when it slicked off because obviously nobody's raced there. So it was fun. It was different.
Awesome work out there. And yes, we did talk about a Valentine taking the win there in the 360s. Jamie Kephart in the 2. You found yourself in the 3 spot there. Some notable guys I see here that falled way back. Once again, I see Justin Smolden back there, 10 laps down. Anthony Monroe also in the 12th spot. He was 7 laps down. So tough break for a lot of those guys. Once again, congratulations to Valentine on picking that win up. And we did have some heat races, and there's Chris Jones took the heat race. You finished 2nd right behind him. Wyatt Walker in the 3rd. Derek Sellers took heat number 2. Smolden back there in the 2 spot, and Clement back there in the 3. Big Nasty in the 4. And then we had 3 heat races out there. We had Jamie Kephart pick up that 3rd heat race win. Cole Howard in the 2, and Monroe rounded out your top 3 there. But yeah, once again, great race, and congratulations to Valentine's on picking up the win. As we've seen some of the notables here, he led all 25 laps. That's not easy to do in a 360, Coy?
Yeah, especially on a new track, and it was pretty slick. There was a couple of good lines of racing, and yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, awesome work out there. Once again, Valentine, 25 laps led, 0 incident points from the young man, and Jamie Kephart did find a quicker time, though, out there, 11.112. So Jamie Kephart laying down the burner in that race in the 360s, and everybody kept it under 10 incident points there. So congratulations to everybody keeping it under 10. As now we head over to the dirt big block modifieds. That awesome series we had. Those were also at I-55, and we had the heat races up for them. Chris Jones out there dominated heat number 1. Smolden in the 2. Big Nasty in the 3. Heat number 2 was Derek Sellers, Coy, Anthony Monroe, and Cole Howard and John Wayne rounded out that heat. We had another heat with Clement out there, Kephart, Chris Beavers, and Blake Bailey in heat number 3. And then we had a consolation. And I tell you what, these consolations can go either way, right, Coy?
Yeah, gotta get out in front and just lead the way because anything can happen at any time, and you don't want to be that person that loads it up on the trailer early.
Yeah, absolutely. You do not want to be the guy that loads it up on the trailer early. As we had 8 guys, we were only taking 7. Everybody got connected, but Steven Evans out there. Steven did not get connected, and unfortunately, he didn't make the race, but everybody else did. Big Nasty was able to bring home that win and the consolation to capture that, and then we went into the race, and like I said, that was won by Mr. Clemens. Kephart into 2, and Jones rounded out your top 3 there in the big blocks, and I look at some of the guys that were near the bottom here and guys that I know that could be better. Once again, Smolden at the bottom of the board here in the 14 spot. Coy, seeing you at the 13, there's a little rough to see. Cole Howard in the 11, Derek Sellers in the 9. So a tough break for a lot of these faster guys. Was it just trying to learn the track, Coy? Is that was the big issue that you had with being 23 laps down?
Yeah, not the track, but I just got into the wall early and went backwards, and then there was a caution, and just never settled in, and then I got into a wreck, and we had to take a tow, and that just set us back, and the track wasn't really the big part. It was just the momentum went backwards, I guess, and could never build off of anything. But there was a good race up front with Jamie. It went down to the wire, but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did. You look at the margin of victory between Clement and Kephart, it was 0-0-6. So these boys were dead on. Your top 3 also had 0 incident points across the board, so congratulations them also. And nobody reached 10 incident points in the big block. So dominating performance by Clement again, led 24 laps. Congratulations. And yeah, great job, Jimmy Kephart, laying the quick time down in the race, 13-1-1-1. So good job, Clement. Congratulations. As we head over now to the Dirt Pro late models and those red I-55 once again, and we had ourselves some fun heat races. Chris Beavers, Justin, and Kenny Haight were your top 3 drivers in that heat 1. Heat number 2, yourself, Coy there in the 1 spot, Wyatt Walker in the 2, Joseph Mitchell back there in the 3 spot. Big Nasty rounded out the top 4. Heat number 3, Clement out there, Derek Sellers and Flowers round out your top 3. Blake Bailey in the 4 spot. And our 4th heat here tonight, we had Jamie Kephart, Jerry Mitchell out there, Mile Morris, and Anthony Monroe rounding out your top 4 there. So awesome job for all those guys in those heat races. It was a fun night. And then we got into the consolation, and well, I don't think that you found yourself in this consolation, Coy, but Kenny Haight did. Big Nasty and Cole Howard were your top 3 in that. So big shout out to Kenny Haight making the show there. And a few guys got disconnected that didn't make it. Blake Bailey, Mile Morris, and John Wayne, unfortunately, did not make the race here. So tough break for those guys. And you know how it can be, Coy. You're on dirt. Anything can happen on any given Tuesday, right?
Yeah, and we had a lot of cars come out for the Pro Late models, and yeah, anything can happen in these races, and you don't want to be in them, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And then we head over to the feature here where it was won by Jamie Kephart, Wyatt Walker back there at a 2. Derek Sellers finds himself in the top 3 here. So great work out there from all these guys all week long, dominating performance. And some notable guys I see here in the back of the pack here. Coy, I see you back there in that 10 spot, something we don't normally see. But like I said, new track, so I'm holding it to that there. And we see Chris Jones back there also. Chris Jones, somebody, Coy, you know personally that normally isn't back there that far. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of got into Chris Jones there at the end. That's my fault, but we were battling for the lead, me and Beavers, and I think I was faster than him. I was just trying to get around him, and I went to the bottom, and I should have probably just been patient and waited until he slips up. But I got past around the. Then I went to the middle, and we went 3 wide, and it didn't really work out, and I got shuffled back.
Absolutely. Yeah, tough break for both of you guys. Like I said, Chris Jones qualified number 1, finished 11th. You qualified 3, finished 10th. So tough break for all you guys out there tonight in those big blocks, but you guys were able to get it done. And Jamie Kephart, again, congratulations on that win. Looks like the only guy with 0 incident points was Chris Beavers, your teammate out there, so congrats to him. And the quick time of the race went to Wyatt Walker, 12.571 for Mr. Wyatt Walker. So congratulations to all the guys that came out for the big blocks. Jamie Kephart once again winning it for the Choice Inc. Esports guys, getting it done at I-55. Okay, so then we went ahead and racked them up, and we went to the Dirt Street Stocks. And Coy, you know the Dirt Street Stocks; those guys came out, didn't they? It was a packed field, Coy.
Yeah, I think we had 21 cars, and we raced pretty clean. Last couple laps, there was a couple cautions, but it was fun. And street stocks, it's really a lot of beating and banging, but that's what street stocks are for. That's what makes them fun.
Yeah, beating and banging off and on, man. I tell you what. But like I said, here we go. You see your qualifier, number one qualifier there was Chris Jones out there in the Choice Inc. Esports team machine getting it done. Blake Bailey back there, Jamie Kephart, your top three qualifiers. Some notable guys that I could have felt like they could have qualified better. Jonathan Flowers could have done a lot better than qualifying 18th. He knows these dirt street stocks. He knows them very well. So that's a guy that should have been up there. Cole Howard in the 15 definitely should have been up there. Yourself in the 13. Chris Beavers in the 11. These are familiar faces you see running in the top 5, at least top 10 in qualifying. So unfortunate for those guys they didn't get up there. And then we head over to the race, and it was won by Jamie Kephart. No surprise there. Jamie Kephart very dominant in these dirt street stocks. Guys are trying to find their way to get those wins, but Jamie's racking each week up and bringing it home. And we look at Wyatt Walker in the 2, Clement in the 3. And I go down the list here, and we had 21 guys out here. And I look down here, and I see guys like Flowers in the 18, Derek Sellers in the 16, you in the 15. You know, those are familiar names that need to be up to the front here near the end of the race. So tough break for those guys. And as we see, Michael Brophy with the incident points cap there got himself 12 of them. Looks like Blake Bailey ended up getting 12 of them. And the man with the least amount, well, that would have went to Jamie Kephart with only 2 incident points. Now, Jamie did lead 29 laps out there. He dominated it, like I said. But 5 other laps were led by Blake Bailey. Blake Bailey was able to put 5 laps up on the lead there. And he also laid down the quickest time by a blistering 14.701. Now, let me tell you, folks, that may not seem that quick to you, but when Jamie Kephart's quick time is a 14.862 and you ran a 14.701, they're doing something right. So, Coy, break down your race here for us, man. How did the street stocks feel at I-55?
Yeah, they kind of reminded me of Limaland a lot. But yeah, Jamie's on top of his stuff when it comes to the street stocks, and I thought maybe it would have been a little bit tougher for him. New track. I think he qualified third, so he's usually first. But yeah, I think I was running up in the pack, but then got shuffled back a little bit, and this was for surely one of my worst weeks. I'm not going to say any excuses about the new track. I know I didn't do good, but hopefully we can do a little better at Lanier.
Awesome. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there you have it. That is your breakdown of the dirt there as we move over to Wednesday night, March 9th, and we had the Bull Meadow West K's, and they were at Concord Speedway, a track that some drivers like and some don't. We qualified them out there. We put ourselves in the heat races, and your heat race winner was Cole Howard. Adam Herr back there and Rick Kelly round out your top 3. Lloyd Moore and the 4, and the 5 is Jordan out there. So congratulations to all those guys out there. Great work in that first heat. And then we got into the feature where it was won by Chris Jones. Dominating performance, laying down the burner, 15.316, leading all 35 laps. Qualified first, finished first, led the laps, had 0 incident points. That's what we like to call, Coy, a clean sweep. How do you feel about that? Chris Jones on the asphalt side of things.
Yeah, he dominated. Qualified first, finished first. That's how you'd like to do it every week.
Yep, absolutely. He did a great job out there. Cole Howard in the 2 spot, Adam Herr in the 3, Rick Kelly and Lloyd Moore in the 4 and 5, and Jordan back there in the 6 spot. So great job from all those guys. We had 0 incident points across the board. We had a little 2 incident there from Lloyd Moore, but hey, if we could say 0, we would stay 0. So congratulations to those guys, and the Bull Meadow SK Modified Series rolls on as we get into the next race here. And we're going to go over to the Choice Inc. Modified Tour. Those guys were at Thompson Speedway. A 1-lane track, very tough to pass. You got to use that chrome horn. Not everybody likes the chrome horn being used on them, so mixed emotions about that. But once again, the leader of the field, the cream rises to the top every time. as we see Nick out there, Nick Bradham out there in the 94 machine. And I know, Coy, you don't watch a lot of the asphalt stuff, but I'll tell you one thing about Nick, man. This guy has got his shit together on these tour mods. He's won every race but two, and the other two that he didn't win, he had his teammate win. So shout out to Nick, winning it here at Thompson. Qualified first, won the race, led off 50 laps, and had 0 incident points. So the guy was also on a rail. Chris Jones in the 2, Adam Herr was in the 3, J-Bones in the 4, and your top 5 was Derek Sellers out there. Some notables that I see here, Valentine back there. Valentine qualified second, finished 10th. Tough break for him in that race, man. 10 laps down. Big tough break for him. As I see Smolden also in the 9 spot, qualified 6th. Cole Howard in the 8, could have done better than that, as I feel. So some of those guys in the back could have done a lot better in that feature. But we go to the heat races also, won by Valentine, Adam Herr in the 2, Smolden in the 3. Heat race 2 had Cole Howard, Chris Jones, and Derek Sellers. Your 1, 2, 3. In that heat race, I want to do shout out to Keith there in the 4 spot. Keith ran an 18.698, the fastest mod in that heat right there. So congratulations to Keith out there, able to get that fast time in that heat race. So like I said, big win for Nick. Once again, Chris Jones in the 2, Adam Herr in the 3 there at Thompson. And we look at some of these incident points here. Jordan had 10 at the most, and Nick and Chris Jones both had 0. So congratulations to those guys, keeping it clean all night long. So big win for Nick at Thompson in the Choice Inc. Modified Tour. As we packed it up and got ready to go over to Lanier for the Chaos Pro Late Model Series over there. Awesome time. We qualified the cars, and they qualified pretty quick here. Lanier was a hot one. It was 70 degrees, 0% chance of rain, and it was clear skies. And boy, they were running hot. As your number 1 qualifier was Chris Jones out there, laying it down. Chris Jones with a 14.007, so very quick. Cole in the 2, Rick Kelly in the 3. Jay back there in the 4, Derek Sellers qualified 6, or Derek Sellers 5, 6 was Brandon Parks, 7 Adam Herr, and Jess Gordon did not get a chance to qualify, unfortunately. Went over to the race side of things. Cole Howard pulled out the win there in the 52 machine for the Choice Inc. Esports guys. Choice Inc. Esports went 1, 2, and 3 with Chris Jones in the 2, Brandon Parks in the 3. Notables I see, Derek Sellers back there in the 8 spot. You hate to see it for him. Tough break, 2 laps down. Adam Herr, man, like I said, in the 7 spot, qualified 7th, finished 7th. Not bad if you're doing officials, but this is a league race, so you got to step it up a little bit. And we look at the lap time here. Fastest pro late model out there on the track. You guessed it. No, you didn't. Adam Herr, 14.053. Laid down the quickest lap out there in the pro late model. If you guessed that right, hey, give yourself $5. That was a pretty bold statement right there from Adam Herr, laying down the quick time in the pro late model. So congratulations again to all the Choice Inc. drivers out there. 1, 2, 3, Cole Howard, Chris Jones, and Brandon Parks. Dominating performance at Lanier. Incident points were 0s across the board. We had a couple 2s, but other than that, hey, a great night of racing. Coy, I mean, listen, these guys got 0 and 2 incident points on a short track at Lanier on asphalt. That's pretty darn good. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, especially when you kind of roaming around the bottom. It's pretty good. But yeah, congrats to Cole on the win.
Absolutely. Great work out there, as always. Then we head into what we just got done just about probably an hour ago. Jamie Kephart, Derek Sellers, and Brandon Parks, your top 3 at Dover International, and these boys put on a show once again. We had 1 early caution. That was it. 35 laps led by Jamie Kephart, dominating performance. Derek Sellers put in 8, and then we had Dano back there with 3. But these boys did not disappoint. We had 0 incident points from Jamie Kephart. We had Rick Kelly, unfortunately, I may be jumping ahead here. Rick Kelly ended up getting DQ'd. He had 12 incident points. That's the cap. So once you hit 12, it automatically disqualifies you. So we've only had 2 guys ever get disqualified since we put the cap out there. Jonathan Flowers and now Rick Kelly. So I know, tough break, and you hate to see it, as we had some other guys with 0. Jamie Kephart was 0. Jay Bones out there was 0 also. So big shout out to those guys with 0 incident points. You guys put on a show. The qualifying went as planned. Jamie Kephart laid down the burner out there. Jamie Kephart ran a 22.244. So dominating performance there. Derek Sellers in the 2, and Chris Jones, your 3rd fastest in qualifying. So big shout out to those guys. Congratulations to Choice Inc. Esports on a dominating performance there in the Cup cars, and Jamie Kephart winning it at Dover. So, Coy, hey man, that's a wrap on breaking down the races and how we got it done. And what's your thought on this week, man? It was a pretty good week. Well, how did you feel in the dirt? I know you just do the dirt. Break down I-55 for us and how you feel going forward, man.
Yeah, it's a fun track. A lot to learn, grooves and everything. But yeah, it was fun. I wish we could have finished a little bit better, but you'll have not every week can go perfect, and hopefully next week at Lanier will go a lot better.
Yeah, speaking of Lanier, that's where everything's going to be at next week. So, as far as the dirt side things go, we'll give you a quick recap here of what we got going on next week. Just a quick one because you guys got it going. Monday night, we're going to start out at Martinsville with the Asphalt Street Stocks. The 203 Truck Series are going to be back in action at the dirt track at Charlotte. So, hey, Coy, maybe we might see you in the truck at the dirt at Charlotte, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with the schedule. But yeah, maybe that would be a little change. Trucks in the dirt, but maybe we'll see him.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hopefully we see you there. And then all the dirt stuff next week will be at Lanier. Then we have the SK Modifieds. Looks like they're going back to Concord again there. That probably is getting changed, I believe, to the Coliseum. I believe that's going to be the Coliseum there. And then Myrtle Beach for the Tour Mods. And then the Pro Late Models are going to Southern National. And the Cup Cars are going to Chicagoland. So a little quick breakdown there of your races for next week. So awesome job. Coy, did you happen to get a chance to look at the new schedule we got posted for the racing action that's going to start, I believe, on the 5th of April?
Yeah, I can't wait. Should be fun. A lot of racing. And I can't wait to. I joined a little late, so now I can start with everybody else and not try to catch up to everybody.
Now, out of the classes that we have introduced 410 sprint cars, 358s, the Pro Late Models, the Dirt Street Stocks, and the Dirt Midgets. What two classes are you looking forward to the most?
I've never raced a dirt midget, but I know those sound like fun, so I can't wait for those. Then Pro Late Models are my thing, but the 358 big block modifieds are going to be different than from the normal big block modifieds. A little less engine, so those will be fun to drive too.
Absolutely. And how do you feel about it? I'm asking a few guys here. How do you feel about the alternating weeks as far as the dirt midgets one week, and then the other week's going to be dirt street stocks? Is that a good mix-up, you think, for those two lower-end classes?
Yeah, I'm not a big dirt street stock fan. Jamie might be a little bit bummed about that, but we'll have different winners now, maybe for the last race of the night.
Absolutely. So awesome work as always. And Coy, have you heard in the podcast before where we do the studs and the duds, right?
Yep.
Okay, so since you don't know too much about what was going on all week, you pay attention to the dirt. I'm going to give you the stud and I'm going to give you the dud for this week here. And this week's dud, for me, my pick is going to be Justin Smolden. Justin Smolden is the dud this week. Unfortunately, I know he had some issues with the controller, but man, the results don't lie. So the dud of this week is Justin Smolden. And my stud, I know that it would have probably been picked the same way if Smolden was here. Smolden would have picked. The stud of the week is going to go to Derek Sellers. Derek Sellers put in a hard work racing all week long. Did a great job. Tons of top threes. Picked up a win. So great work to all the boys over there at Chaos Motorsports. Derek Sellers, your stud. Smolden, your dud for this week. So great work. Nobody wants to be the dud, and it definitely wants to be the stud. So Coy, I appreciate you jumping in, man, here late notice, coming in and filling in, and hey, it was a pleasure having you, Coy.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun, and see you guys at Lanier for the dirt. Maybe Charlotte. We'll see you.
Awesome. Do you got a shout out? You want to say anything to anybody out there?
Not really. Just hopefully we can get a good turnout for the dirt like we did this week. It's a lot of fun with all those guys.
Awesome work. All right, man. That's out. Hawk out. Coy out. Until next time. Coy, I appreciate you, young man. We'll see you next time.